We're joined by Tom McIntosh, the head men's soccer coach at the University of Tulsa, and it is upon us, Coach. Thursday, you take on Creighton in Omaha, and then Omaha a few days later. So you're on the road to start the season. What's it look like?
Yep, on the road. Yeah, it looks good. I think obviously we get to play two really good teams. Creighton, is obviously a traditional power, and a team that we've played in, quite often. So, and then Omaha, was in the NCAA tournament last year, and they've got a very good program. So, yeah, we're looking forward to two really difficult, non-conference games. So we're excited.
And obviously very much excited about getting home as you get home on Friday, September 3rd, taking on Missouri State. Always good to get back home, huh?
Yep, always good to get back home. Again, getting to play non-conference games this year, which is great. Obviously playing against Missouri State, again, team that went to the second round of the NCAA tournament last year, return virtually their whole team. So, yeah, looking forward to really all these non-conference games.
Coach, what kind of a team do you think you're going to have this year? Tell us a little bit about style and chemistry and that kind of thing.
Well, I think, we returned 10 of 11 starters, so I think that's obviously positive. I think we're a team that, defensively, I think we're very, very sound, I think in most spots. The back line, I thought was very good through most of last year. I thought defensively in midfield we were quite good. And then, even our front, our strikers and attackers, those guys are good defensively. So I think team defense is certainly going to be a strength. We obviously can create chances. I know we can hurt people with some of our attacking guys. I think for us, it's maybe the one area that we've talked about growing is, can we get more assists from more people? Can we maybe have a few more people in scoring positions, on a little bit more consistent basis, while still, like I said, maintaining our defensive strength. And so that's, I think, hopefully we'll grow as a team, obviously. I mean, it's early. I think that's what's different. It's so different than last year. We felt so, there is a feeling of unpreparedness just because we don't get much time. And so all this has to happen throughout the season. We have to really utilize the season to get better.
And Coach, the unusual nature of COVID means that it wasn't that long ago that you were playing. So
yeah.
I mean, the shortened period of time in the off season, how did that affect the team?
Yeah, I think we were okay. In terms of that break. Normally the springtime you're experimenting, maybe playing players in certain positions or giving other players opportunities to develop. But obviously in this spring, we were just playing for results and fortunately we did a good job and I think in most of our games and so I think the continuity is good, to go from playing in the spring real games to playing real games in the fall. But again, in terms of real training together, 2.5 weeks or whatever before your first game, you always feel like, last fall we had 5 months, 6 months together, and now we have 2.5 weeks before our first game, and so it's just getting used to that again. It's what we've done forever. So, but it's just getting used to that again.
Absolutely, and it's good to have guys back and have that continuity, as you mentioned. Alex Minard had 7 goals last year to lead the way. He's the American Athletic Conference preseason player of the year, so good to have him back. And boy, he can put it in the back of the net, can he?
Yeah, Alex is. He's a guy who can finish chances. He can create chances for himself. He can find others. So, he's a very well-rounded player, and we're excited, obviously, to have him back, have him healthy. And, yeah, we're looking for him just to continue to get better and make an even bigger impact this year.
Chase Bromstead, Mariano Fazio, also all-league preseason. And, preseason are worth what you pay for.
Yeah.
They're worth nothing, but it is certainly a nice thing to have guys that are well thought of.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And those two guys are well thought of, not only by obviously the other coaches in the league, but they're well thought of by us. And we understand the value of those guys. I think they're at their positions. They are two of the better players in the country, and so we're excited, obviously, to have those guys back, and really that back line, in general.
In a situation at goaltender where you have to replace a guy that really was effective for you as a senior last year, and now that may be one of the only question marks or one of the things you have to resolve here early in the season.
Yeah, and I think it's just So that's probably the most difficult part of not having a spring. You know, Lucas played every game in the spring, and now in 2.5 weeks we're supposed to obviously make a decision on a goalkeeper, and so this process may take a little longer. You know, I feel very confident we can win with any one of the 3 goalkeepers that are competing for the job right now. You know, Nolan was our backup a year ago. He looks sharp. Brady Moody's played in a lot of games over his career here, and then Alex Lopez, the freshman, has a tremendous amount of maturity for a freshman player, and partly probably because of the environment he grew up in, and so I think all those guys have done well. We've been pleased with our goalkeeping, and yeah, we'll just continue to monitor that situation here as we go forward.
Coach, also in the shortened off season, if you will, you won once again the American Athletic Conference Academic Excellence Award as the soccer team with the highest GPA, and I know you're very proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's about creating standards and habits. You know, our mission statement not only includes pursuing championships, but it also, you know, includes pursuing excellent grades each and every semester and earning a meaningful degree. And our guys are fantastic at it. They got tremendous habits, tremendous standards, which is why we have so much confidence in the group. They have a mentality that, yeah, it's just great to work with, and so obviously that shows in the classroom.
Again, the Golden Hurricane taking on the Creighton Blue Jays coming up on Friday, and then, of course, a couple of days later, on Thursday, I'm sorry, and then a couple of days later, taking on Omaha. Coach, season is upon us. Good luck. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, Bruce.
Head coach Tom McIntosh, University of Tulsa men's soccer.